Hey everybody, Abby here, and as you can tell, it is Thursday, April 12th, and patch 1.2 has dropped for Star Wars. So, this is basically me sped up. It's about 38 minutes or 39 minutes of footage, sped up times 8, so that I can actually, go through this without making a 45-minute video. But this is just me customizing the UI and kind of going over some of the new changes that are in the UI. You can see me scrolling here. There's multiple new map things, and basically everything that used to be in the user interface section for your action bars and quick slots and everything is now in this new interface editor. See me open it up here. There's everything you can edit. Scale the global, you can scale each thing individually. You see me adjusting all the slots here, and I'll actually turn down the scale a little later. But the UI customizer is actually very in depth. I know I did a video on this a couple days ago. I think it was about 7 or 8 days ago, where I really discussed, the UI, how it worked, and that was in the PTR, right, the public test realm. And now that it has gone live, I'm actually surprised at how smooth everything works. Later in this video, we're actually going to go through it, and I'm testing some things in here. But I was like, okay, this is my starship. How's it going to function when I actually go into combat and when I actually go into social situations? I haven't been able to get raid footage, because I did have that thing where I re-rolled and my main is only level 21 right now. But I try to show you guys as much as I can. I apologize in advance, for all of you who are hoping to see some new raid footage and dungeon footage. I probably won't be able to give it to you for a while, just because level 21 I need to be 50 and sub-geared to do so. I'm trying to go through Star Wars as fast as I can here, guys, but the raid content and me leveling on top of my college expertise or my college semester and everything is just really taking a toll on me. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. I will cover UI functionality as I'm doing here. I will cover everything I can at my current not max level and give you plenty of commentary. But if you're looking for in-game raid footage and stuff, I'm sorry, you probably won't see it by, the time you want to. So anyway, though, now that that's been out there, a little disclaimer, let's get back in the UI here. So you see I'm adjusting the scale, the companion. It's nice how you can really do all of this. I tried to come up with a list of mods that I felt, we could compare this to in World of Warcraft, because obviously World of Warcraft is known for all of its crazy mods and UI customization. Well, really quick, PvPers will be surprised to know the bars I was just adjusting there are all of the battleground bars. They are all now in there and awesome. They work very well. I did test some of those out. I'll have some footage out later this evening of that. But back to the World of Warcraft idea, okay? So what was in World of Warcraft that I could really describe with this UI? Really, I see this as a combination of bartender / dominoes, basically anything you use to customize the size of your bars and the numbers and everything, because you can actually take down the text, you can remove the text, you can add bars, subtract bars, everything. I just tried to tune this to my World of Warcraft setup, right? Also, you can tune all the cast bars, the space combat, the social media, the operations, the operation target frames, your social networking, your mission trackers, your social conversations, your holocom, your mini map. You see I adjusted it there so that I actually vertically flipped my mini map and my quest tracker to click together like that. I'm really crazy when it comes to making everything work. And you see I'm going through some of these settings and going back to what I did before. Another thing that's interesting that you're going to see here later, and I will bring it up, is the new character textures. So they buffed up the character textures, and if you guys saw the 1.2 legacy patch video that BioWare released, you notice that it looked like a pretty significant difference. Now, I would like to say it is a pretty significant difference. I was impressed. Also, overall functionality, for those of you who have played Star Wars, right, and maybe left or maybe still do play, you get some frame rate lag in a lot of different places, especially with your UI. UI lag was a big thing when this game first came out. They fixed it. And I have to say, after this patch, based on what I've done, normally I have a hard time broadcasting and recording on higher graphical settings, especially with textures, just because I can't manage it too well. Well, I can record on the highest. This is all recorded on some of the highest settings. that I've never been able to do before, and actually turn up the character here in a second to show you guys that. And I have not had any runtime problems with any of the battlegrounds, anything, and I always did before. So it's pretty cool. I think they've actually fixed some of the features. Now, if you quit Star Wars: The Old Republic because of some UI lag, or because of some chat lag, or some Warzone lag, or you couldn't even, some people couldn't even get in the war zones without the frame rate dropping so much, go and check back. I really think it's fixed. I'm going to test it some more tonight, but I also have to do some Ghost Recon Online beta stuff. But I'm going to test it some more tonight and get back to you guys on it. You see here, the character texture and analyzing, they did not have that before. And this basically is the new fancy textures. And it's awesome. You see, I turn it up here. It actually crashed my game, which was unfortunate. I really don't know what else to tell you. It just crashed my game. That's why you see the standstill photo here, because my fraps crashed with it. And I was a little scared. I was like, okay, so maybe I shouldn't do that. However, I do relog in after this, and it was not a problem. I was able to change it again. Not a problem at all. So you see, I changed it again. This is actually when I come back in the game, and I'll give you a quick scroll around of my character. And the textures look a lot better. See? I was very impressed. Here we actually try it in conversation. And you can see I actually put my social bar off to the left. And here, you know, my mouse moves up, and I was sitting here like, WTF. I didn't think it'd actually do that. So make sure all the functionality UI elements you are putting in there, you're putting, you know, at a decent area. Because I was like, oh, social chat, that's normally where my action bars are, you know, why don't I just move it up there? And no. Obviously didn't work. So I'm sitting through here like, wow, okay, good job, Nick. That was pretty stupid. But you can see the character texture looks great. This is another good view of that. Now, it only affects your character, so far as I know. But it does make him look a lot better, as well as your companion, which is really, really good news.
That only happens in stories.
So, this is a social functionality, you know, just moving the social bars around, kind of showing you what it looks like in a social conversation. I don't have too many people I can group with at my current level in my guild. Most of them are around 50. But if I do end up getting in a group, I'll record some of the group functionality as well, because you can move your group bar, all of that around. You saw me doing that in the beginning with the UI stuff. But basically everything is movable, which is great. So you see, I accept this reward, I'm looking through, and I remember when I was sitting here going through my head, I'm like, wow, I'm an idiot. I can't believe I didn't think of that conversationally. So I actually go here, and I do change it real quick. So make sure that you know what you're doing here. Now you see that enable movable secondary window that I do click. This makes my character sheet, my inventory, basically all the windows that pop up for you know, companion management, character management, inventory management, and all that, draggable and resizable, which is great. It's awesome to be able to change all of that little stuff, because normally in WoW that's 3 or 4 separate add-ons that I would have to put on. Sometimes you can't even do it, so it's a little frustrating. But you see, I actually did end up moving all of my stuff over to the far right after I did film this video. So I moved it all over the far right, and I was like, okay, we're doing this. So I'm running up here. I'm going to pick up my character skills now that my social bar's been moved, and try another conversation here. So I pick up my abilities. You see there's a new ability menu there. Now this is draggable and droppable as well. Basically that enable movable, you know, chat boxes and all that jazz is available with that option that I just clicked. Stay in our conversation here. And now the social bars offset to the right. In the end, after this conversation, I actually did end up moving my social bar back to its original position, because it does make the most sense, unless you want to move it to like the top of your UI or whatever. But it's all there. You can just, you know, look at the character textures, tell that it does look a lot better, runs a lot better too. Normally I would actually have problems filming this, to be completely honest, just due to how much capacity it takes to, you know, play the game on the highest graphics settings.
I think what she meant to
Now,
say was
given I
thank you,
do
but
have
too little
anti-analyzing
giddy.
off on
Don't
everything,
worry.
but
None
my
of us
character
will forget your
obviously,
generosity.
and the bloom setting, I think. No, I did keep bloom on, but it's easy to run, and it's actually a great thing to do. Now, I also wanted to test out combat UI functionality. So, when I was in combat often on my previous Sith tune before I did re-roll, I had issues with the combat. So, we're going to test the combat functionality here. These are just some low-level mobs, but I was making sure that there wasn't any lag with the ability UI and the global cooldown thing, which you can actually turn off now entirely. But you notice no lag, the companion bar functions perfectly fine without any big issues, anything like that, and their cooldowns are actually displayed now as well if you choose to do that option. So I'm just going through here, plowing through some rat ghouls with my force abilities and having a blast. I mean, the UI functions great. Again, you know, I was testing this stuff. You can tell I have my social bar and all that on my top right. I move the minimap and quests on the bottom right and size down my quick bars so that, you know, it's all there. And then all my operation stuff is in the top right of my frame. But overall, I'm very impressed with the UI functionality that they did put in this game. It looks beautiful, it functions extremely well, and it's a combination of probably my top 4 or 5 favorite WoW mods of all time for UI customization. So, all in all, if you did leave Star Wars The Old Republic for UI problems or because it lacked UI customization, be sure to go back and check it out after this Legacy update, because you see everything is movable, everything is customizable, and all of that jazz. More videos to come, guys, on Star Wars The Old Republic and patch 1.2, what I can cover. But thank you guys for watching. I hope this gave you a little insight into the patch 1.2. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have anything you want me to cover, leave a comment. Take it easy.